Hi, everybody. Welcome to WCA Extra. Kicking off a little bit late today, about 9:30. Just navigating through some technical stuff. But some recent warmer temperatures, swinging temps. Definitely some good news for people who maybe aren't so much fans of the cold, but also as a little bit of a sign that maple tapping season is just right around the corner. So I wanted to loop in our Lucy Kale here. She went out to talk to some sugarers yesterday about what their operations look like. But Lucy, thanks for hopping on this morning.
Yeah, good morning, John.
So just kind of getting right into it. It's been, and now I think this morning was in the 40s. We've had some really warmer weather. What does this mean for producers around the state here?
Yeah, so it's been a really cold winter, so they haven't had any really early sap running. So now this means they're getting all their taps ready, and in the next couple of days, they could see um, some some sap
Yeah,
running,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so they could start tapping, which is exciting.
Yeah, and we're right around the time too where where that starts to happen. I know, we've done a lot of reporting obviously in the past over the last couple of years where some temperature swings earlier in the season where I even think last year some producers that I talked with, they said we got a little bit early in December, but so as far as this year goes, are they got more prep underway, or what's that like now?
Yeah, it's funny because I did an early tapping story last year
Yeah,
around January because it was so warm for a lot of the winter. But because this winter was pretty consistently cold, now they've waited till this is kind of like the normal time when they would start tapping, and a lot of sugar makers are hoping that this means more sap, which means more syrup,
yeah.
which gives them higher yield.
Absolutely. And you talked to I think it's Allison Hope over at Vermont Sugar Makers. I think the funny thing is too, for all the stories that we've done, I think more and more often that I hear from these guys, it's not always an exact science as we want it to be. And is that the kind of the case this year? What did she say to you?
Yeah, it's she said if you want to know about the season, ask in May.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's hard to know. It changes with each year, and it even changes from farm to farm is what was really interesting. Kind of the microclimates in
Yeah.
Vermont. Some places might have more sap running than others.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think just to think about last year as well. I think one of the places that I went to, he said, some of the sugar bush up on the hill was different. It was that variable between, um, you know, what he had, further down by the house versus what he had up there. So I just kind of wait and see.
Yeah,
But yeah, thanks for,
yeah.
yeah,
No, exactly.
great. Well,
Perfect.
what's up?
Oh, I just said perfect.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that in mind, I think Lucy, I think we'll kind of show what this year kind of has in store, at least what people have in store with your story there. But I appreciate you hopping on this morning.
Great.
Awesome. All right, Lucy, thanks so much for joining us.
All right. Thanks, John.
All right, have a good one.
All right. Thanks.
That was our Lucy Kale there, just talking about kind of I wouldn't say the beginning of maple season, but I'm not one of the producers. But I think something all of us are looking forward to, more of it out and about. It's obviously a great gift too. I've gotten it for a lot of my relatives, but we'll hop that on right now.
I mean, it's pretty deep.
Trudging through knee-deep snow to tap trees. The start of this sugaring season looks a lot different than last year.
There was many days this tapping season that we couldn't go out.
The Andos at Sugar Tree Maple Farm have successfully tapped all their trees. As last year's supply dwindles, they're ready for the sweet stuff to start flowing again.
We're hoping that our sugar content will be a little higher because the trees haven't been this dormant in a long time because we just haven't had cold winters. So they've really had a long time to be frozen, and hopefully that means it could increase our sugar content.
Last year, the farm was just shy of their record of 1,200 gallons of syrup produced. This year, they hope to keep the successful streak going. But sugar makers can't read Mother Nature's mind.
If you want to know anything about the season, ask in May.
Allison Hope with the Vermont Maple Sugar Makers Association says some years look better at first than they turn out to be.
It's hard telling, so our producers like to tell me, Allison, we're farmers in Vermont. We have to be optimists.
No matter what this season brings, Hope says Vermont sugar makers are happy to tap on spring's door after a long, cold winter.
The sugaring season kicks off a lot of what we love about spring.
Yeah, that was Lucy Kale. This is probably the first of many, sugaring stories we're probably gonna do throughout the season here. But Peter, I think if you had a choice between light, medium, or dark syrup, I'm more of like the dark. I like the.
I am too.
Yeah. I don't want to sound like I'm talking like I don't know what I'm talking about, but more of a robust. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's what I was thinking too. A better, stronger, robust flavor.
Yeah.
And speaking of the sap, I did want to show you this actually real quick.
I love this. I do love this. I love this. This is one of my favorites so far.
We've talked about it.
Yeah.
There is a certain, obviously we need the right weather conditions for the sap to flow, and the freeze-thaw cycles that we see here over the next several days probably a good indication of where we could be heading. As a matter of fact, Thursday probably not looking too bad. Low 29, but notice that high temperature climbing back into the upper 30s and lower 40s. So maybe, especially in the lower elevations, we could start to see the sap start to flow here over the next several days. For now, here's what we're waking up to on this Tuesday morning. Satellite radar showing some rain showers out there. For the most part, the bulk of this not quite hitting the ground yet, and we are pretty mild. As a matter of fact, most of us, if not all of us, starting off in the 30s and 40s out there. Already got 42 for Middlebury, 42 Burlington, 42 for Highgate. Take a look at Rutland. They're coming in at 45 right now, 36 Saranac Lake. A bit cooler for places like Springfield, Lebanon, also up towards St. Jay. They had a few breaks in the clouds last night. That means they really cooled off a little bit more last night. That's where they're starting off in the low to mid 30s. As we head towards this afternoon, we do start to see some rain and mountain snow showers begin to move in. The bulk and really any snow accumulation going to be above 1,000 feet in elevation. Otherwise, though, most of us talking about really just plain old rain out there. Does look like it could be a rather damp evening commute for a lot of us. Maybe wrapping up is a little bit of leftover light snow here into the overnight hours tonight and even into the first part of your day on Wednesday. Otherwise, though, trending drier and maybe even a hint brighter here as we head into the afternoon and evening hours for the day tomorrow. In terms of snowfall, really for most of us, this really not looking to be all that much, and a lot of us probably will not see much, if any, snowfall whatsoever. However, the higher elevations, again above 1,000 feet in elevation, could potentially pick up a trace up to a couple inches. Though really, the summits of the Adirondacks and Green Mountains, maybe they pick up an additional 1 to 3 here through the day today. However, I did want to give you the first alert to another potential snowy system heading our way as we head into the day Thursday. Notice this is Thursday, 6 a.m. Snow looking fairly widespread across much of the area. So this next system starts off as all snow. It's a pretty quick mover. By the time we get to the mid to late morning hours, the bulk of that snow already starting to make its departure. Maybe we hang on to a few leftover lighter rain and snow showers here through Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. But it does look like the morning commute Thursday could be a bit slick, but quickly improving into the afternoon and evening hours just because we do see the temperatures climbing back into the upper 30s and lower 40s here through your day on Thursday. A few leftover light snow showers possible into the day Friday, but again, that not looking to amount to all that much for Friday. In terms of how much we see Thursday, most of us going to see a trace up to a potential inch or two. However, notice across the eastern half of the area, in particular, the further south you go, they could potentially run an additional 2 to 4 inches down there. That's just where the snow sticks around a little bit longer and is a little bit longer lasting. First, your forecast here through the rest of the day today. There is some snow showers out there, but most of us really not going to see many whatsoever. Why is that? Well, take take a look at where our high temperatures are for the day. Most of us low to mid 40s, potentially maybe even a few mid to upper 40s, especially the further south you are. Tonight, overnight lows, they'll fall back into the upper 20s and low to mid 30s out there. Mainly cloudy skies overhead. Into your day on Wednesday, there is a chance that a few leftover light snow showers here to start off the day today or tomorrow. But I think for the most part, our Wednesday spent dry, a few breaks of sunshine potentially developing here later in the afternoon and evening hours for your day tomorrow as well. Now look at that 7-day forecast. Snow beginning to make its arrival once again as we head towards Thursday morning. Could be a slick Thursday morning commute for some of us, quickly improving as we head towards Thursday afternoon and evening. Potentially a few leftover light snow showers for Friday. Does look like another round of light snow possible for the first half of the weekend. We're quieter but cooler here as we head towards Sunday and Monday of next week. Notice those daytime highs for Sunday, John. We're talking highs in the teens and lower 20s. Overnight lows, once again, flirting with that 0 degree mark. So warm now, but getting cooler once again as we head towards the weekend.
Well, Peter, in times like these, I selfishly think sometimes about myself. And looking at these overnight temperatures, we have 33, 28. Days like today, I walked outside, it was no problem. But there are other times where I maybe fall down my front stairs because it's a little too icy, or my car is, fighting with me.
Making weird noises and fighting with you,
So I think that's some good news for, I don't know, anybody who works an overnight shift.
Yeah, the good news is for us, we're not too bad, but working overnight this weekend, then we're getting cold again.
Look at you, Dave Bush. But I think it's a nice little break here as far as the warm weather goes. And again, hopefully a good yield for maple seed.
Getting the sap to start to flow. I mean, they talked about the trees really were able to go dormant this year. We had a good amount of snow. We are definitely cooler. As a matter of fact, that 43 that we had for a high yesterday, that was the warmest since we had been since January 1st.
Wow. I don't even remember it being 40 in January, to be honest with you.
I know. And to give you some context, I believe it was in that same time in February last year, we had 4 days in the 40s, 3 days in the 50s, 2 days in the 60s.
Wow.
So I'm not forecasting any 50s or 60s yet, but
no, I'm good with that. I'm good now.
We're warmer than where we have been.
Yeah. Well, I think I look forward to getting outside today, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, Peter, thank you. Thank you for watching WCAX Extra. Of course, Peter and I, what time is it now? 9:41. We'll see you in 2 hours and 20
2 hours and 20 minutes?
and 19 minutes.
Okay, thanks for the precise math.
Yep. I wish I don't have a shot clock back here. No seconds. But we'll see you in just a little bit. And then, of course, all of our content, don't pull the cord out, on WCAX.com and our evening shows as well. Until then, take care.